the whole family here in Steps to Voiceover Success. Thanks for being here. Got a great guest with me today, Josh Meyer. What's happening, my friend?
What's going on, Earl? Thanks so much for having me, buddy.
Oh man, we were trying to do this last week, but hey, the internet gods weren't having it.
They
Um,
crushed us.
I guess they didn't want to have the straight fire coming, I guess. So we're gonna see if we can bring it on a Tuesday.
It
you
doesn't
know,
matter what day, man. We're bringing that heat.
we got to. Man, well, Josh, I mean, we hooked up, really connected, last week. And we were talking about the whole mastermind with Succeed on Demand. But before we get into that, tell the folks, what it is that you do, how it is that you
Absolutely.
you broke into this whole game of voiceover.
No doubt, no doubt. Well, first of all, I'm a very creative person. I come from a creator background. I was writing poetry. Poetry landed me into the hip hop scene.
Okay.
And I ended up doing a lot of live hip hop shows, released an album, a ton of tracks. And I was in the studio, Sleepy Hollow studio one day. I'm recording a track. I'm goofing off on the mic because I'm a goofball. And
Okay.
the owner comes down and he was like, "Have you ever thought about doing commercials? I think you would crush that." Now I'm
Wow.
telling you, man, I think he just said that at like the right time because dude planted a seed in my mind
Okay.
that refused to not grow. So I was like, no, I haven't thought about that, but that sounds awesome. It sounds
Okay.
awesome. So I'd be out and it was like the world's way of telling me, it's like, man, you have an awesome voice. You ever think about doing this? You have an awesome voice. I'm like, wow. If I don't do something, I'm a fool. And
Okay.
I love being on the mic anyway. Just doing hip hop, recording music, uh,
Well, see, you
recording
got the
music in general.
RE20 there. That was like
Yes,
my
sir.
first big
Cardioid.
purchase years ago. That
I could
RE20.
drill. I could drill a nail into a deck with this thing. It is a beast. I love it.
Yeah, I'm sitting here with the baby brother, the RE320. So yeah, we're all in the fam today.
I love it. I love it. So he was, I took that idea and I decided to go for it, man. I paid some money to get trained by Edge Studios NYC.
Okay.
Um,
How did that go for you? The whole thing with Edge Studios. I know a lot
well,
of folks would be interested in that experience you had with them.
it was cool. What I would recommend, the coaching is great.
Okay.
It's been years. I don't recall her name off the top of my head, but she's awesome. Um, anyway, the one-on-one coaching via Skype is great. You get a lot of direction, you
Okay.
get a lot of insight. A lot of those things kind of came natural to me, but she was able to help me in areas that I hadn't thought of. So I got trained. I took some of their marketing courses
Got you.
on, how to get work. And, so all in all, I would say that they're great for coaching. Their marketing courses didn't really work for me. And I think they're outdated. And I think
Hmm.
that's partially why it worked.
What kind of
Uh,
things were they talking about in the whole
it's all go get yourself an agent. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
that stuff. Okay, that BS.
You know
All
what I
right.
mean?
Yeah.
So it's like build a website. And I'm like, all right, great. So
Start
I
a
would say,
Twitter account. Start an Instagram.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah.
So, I would say that they're great with the coaching. I love their coaching staff. They do say that they hire their students. I've contacted them a few times about that. And
Mhm.
say, hey, you guys say you hire your students.
Right. Right.
Just curious if I was on the roster at all, yada yada. Um, you know, I definitely haven't heard anything about that from them.
If anybody else in here has done anything with Edge Studio, put that in the comments so we can see that. But go ahead now.
Yeah.
Sorry to cut you
So
off.
so yeah, no sweat. Going forward, a few years ago, I decided I'm gonna go all in.
Okay.
I'm gonna go all in. I don't
What
care.
was the switch in your mind that you decided, okay, I'm just going to do this.
All right. We're gonna go to a deeper level. And
All
that
right, let's
level would
go.
be when I found out I was allowed to be happy and I was allowed
Wow.
to have good things in my life. That's when it happened. That's when it happened, man. So
It
much
kind of
change.
reminds me of what I say with stop waiting on people to give you permission to be great,
Absolutely, dude.
you know.
Absolutely. I praise that line. I love it. It's real.
Mhm.
And so many people don't know that that affects them, that their
Right.
subconscious minds, that there's something blocking them. You could tell somebody do A, B, and C. And us
Hmm.
being imperfect humans, we will find a way to step on our own feet somehow, some way. It's and then give up and then give up because
Yeah.
of whatever reason. You don't know you're allowed to be happy.
It's a
You
big
don't know
mental
you're
hurdle,
allowed to be
man.
successful.
It's a
Yes,
big
it's a
mental
big
hurdle.
mind game.
And I
Big
think
mind
so
game.
many people don't know that when, just being a human being, that voice in our head is always negative. You actually have to speak against it out loud
You got to fight against it. And I'm
because
telling you, man,
everybody has it.
that's it. Everyone has it. But look, knowing it's there is half
Yeah.
the battle.
Yeah.
So that way you can go ahead and shine a ray of light on them and
Yeah.
roast them and say, you know what? I'm winning. I can't lose. I
Right.
won't. I
And
won't.
that's the mentality you have to have. It's like there's no other option. There is no other option other
That's it,
than
man.
to win at
It's
whatever it is
stand
that you
up.
do. And if you don't have that mindset that, and you've heard me say, look, success or failure, it's your fault. Either way, it's your fault.
That's
Either
it.
it's binary. You are going to do it or you're not. And once you let that self-doubt creep in, and that's one of the things that I've talked about so much is that, well, recently I've started talking about is that you've got to rise above that negativity that's in you. Never mind the stuff you get on Facebook. Never mind the stuff you get on Twitter. One of the things that I've said so many times before is that whatever's in your Facebook feed, that's a complete reflection of who it is that you are. Because Facebook is only showing you what you want to see.
Yeah.
No
It's
two
a
Facebook feeds look alike.
it's a manifestation of your inner world
Exactly.
and how you decide to project it.
Exactly.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. So it's people so not only are we our own enemies
Right.
often and don't even realize it, but the people that we're around in the environments that we're in, we don't realize how they affect our subconscious minds. You
Yes.
feel me? You have to
Yes.
be cognizant of the people that you surround yourself with, and don't let
Mhm.
anybody talk you out of your dreams ever. Because you know what? People will, without even them knowing it, try to deter you from
Right.
something that may be awesome, but they on a level don't want to see somebody else getting what they're not getting.
Well, that's the thing. No one wants to see you do better than what they're doing. It takes a
That's
real
it.
special type of individual to cheer everybody on.
And to
I
be
think,
happy, just
and to
be
be
happy,
happy they're
be a
winning. Yeah,
congratulator, not a hater.
exactly. Exactly. I got this line from Gary Vee once that talked about he wants to build the biggest, he wants to build the biggest building in the city, but it doesn't mean he wants to tear anyone else's down. It's
That's
just, I
right.
just going to build the biggest building by building the biggest building. I'm not going to hate on you. I'm not going to do anything, but just, watch me, you
That's
know,
right.
just watch what I'm
Watch
doing.
me.
The negativity that you've gotten, I'm sure, the negativity, oh my gosh, the negativity that I get
Yo,
behind
man, I
my
remember your
back
YouTube
is
troll, buddy.
crazy.
I'm telling you, man. I definitely have studied the mind game. I know a ton
Yeah.
about psychology. I know a ton about cluster B, which is like the abusive personality disorders, the psychopath, narcissist,
Okay.
borderline, bipolar, and and I'm telling you, man, that cat, he's like a psychopath, and
Right.
he's getting supply off of trying to crush
Wow.
people. You know what I'm
It's
saying? He's
crazy.
and it's sadistic on a level,
I always knew that a hater would come or a troll would come.
no
And so
doubt.
I'd already mentally prepared for that. That's why I handled it the way that I handled it. It was like as soon as it happened, I was excited because it was like, I've made it. I've made it. I've got my first troll. That means I've arrived. Now
Yo, I love
I
it, dude. I love it. And the way, you know what? Some people could find themselves crushed by that, but due to
yeah.
you and the way you chose to perceive that,
Mm.
that's it, man. It's how we're going to view it. That's how we're going to receive that information.
Definitely, definitely. Well, in the whole, scope of things, and by the way, folks, if you're tuned in or whatever, how do you handle negativity in your life? Put that up in the comments. How do you handle negativity that goes on in your life or haters that try and tear you down? But Josh, I mean, the whole thing about being in voiceover, what's like your heart's desire as far as what genre of voiceover are you really interested in kind of tearing up out here?
Okay. Well, I would say that I'm very, very interested in commercial voiceover.
Okay.
Um, I feel like I could crush commercials. I feel like I could crush news reads. I mean,
Oh
I've
yeah,
got some
definitely.
news reads on Harvey Weinstein that sound like I'm off of Fox News. You know what I'm saying? This just in,
Yeah.
but definitely not corny or kitschy like that. So definitely love to do the news voiceovers. I love to do
Right.
commercial. Um, really, I'm interested in most things. I mean, shoot, I've even done some online hold stuff like this is a Google AdWords generated call.
Okay.
This is a Facebook generated call. Like stuff like
Got it.
that. This call may be recorded for quality assurance.
Okay. Cool.
You know what? But it's all love because at the end of the day, what am I doing? I'm doing what I want to do.
Yeah.
And so anyway, man, a couple years ago, I decided to go all in. Uh, I had gotten out of a relationship and left a few months prior to that lease, so I continued to pay rent there
Wow.
and moved back home. I
Okay.
moved back home and decided, you know what? I'm gonna say bye-bye to my ego for a little bit and swallow
Mm,
my pride,
right.
and I'm gonna move home and try to make this dream work. Flat out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to make this dream work. I'm gonna work nights at a restaurant and I'm gonna work days voiceover. And
Yeah.
I've been doing that for a couple years.
What's the thing, I guess it really doesn't even matter the business that people go into, people have a desire to do better than what it is that they're doing, even though they may not know the exact path to get that accomplished. But what has been some of the things that you think have hindered your growth in the voiceover industry?
Okay, well, initially when I hit the ground running, and we're all excited first and foremost, amped up, we're ready to go.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm told, hey, sign up for voices.com. Go
Yeah.
ahead and do that. Do
That's
the pay to plays. I'm telling you, dude. Oh man. Look, hey, great place to read some scripts.
yeah.
Um
Right.
so look, I banged out hundreds. I'm
Yeah.
not even playing, or
I
like
know.
hundreds of
I've been there.
auditions, man. I've gotten some awesome feedback from them.
Hmm.
Great audition. I've gotten some likes. I have not got a job, my dude. I have not got a job. The only jobs that I've acquired have literally been through my own doing of
Say that
going
again,
out
because
and
that's
getting it.
worth that's worth repeating. The
The
only
only
jobs.
jobs that I have got to this day are
Mhm.
literally from my own legwork. And so, have I renewed my subscription this year? Are you crazy? Are you crazy? Look, that's like $400. I can go into your Facebook ads and blow you up,
Something,
Jack. No
something.
question. Something.
I mean, it's I tell people all the time, you've got to go after it. Um, you've got to be on the offense as opposed to the defense, and that's what I talk about so much. You've got to put this thing on offense and go after what it is that you want. Nobody's going to give it to you. Even for all the coaching that's out there in the voiceover community, the one thing that I know that separates me from everyone, and this just isn't even bragging, this is just the truth. Most people are not going to tell you the thing.
Absolutely
That
true.
they're not going to tell you the thing. They'll talk all around it. They'll give you some nice little bullet points, but they're not
So
going to tell
true.
you the thing because they have, in many cases, not in every case, but in many cases, they just have a less than mentality
That's right.
that, oh, I don't want these people to become my competition,
That's
which
right.
to me is a disservice. Why wouldn't you tell them the actual things that got you to where you are? Legitimately, this is what I'm doing and this is how you do it, and go in detail about how it all transpires. And it's the reason why, I mean, I'm starting this whole thing with Succeed on Demand. You're one of the first folks to sign up. I'll probably be bringing some others on that have signed up as well in the next couple of weeks, because we've got a couple now. What is the thing that got you about being involved in this mastermind for Succeed on Demand?
Listen, man, I've been following you for over a year on YouTube. I'm gonna
Mhm,
tell you straight up, about the less than mentality.
mhm.
You do not have that less than mentality.
Thank you.
I saw something else inside of you. It is not just that you're giving out valuable content that some people would literally be beating you upside the head for cash for.
Wow.
You're giving that out for free. But it's almost like I had said it some other time recently. These cats, they think that the world is pie, right?
Yeah.
Somebody related that to me a while back, and I thought it was just an awesome way to say it, is that some cats think that there's only a set amount of abundance
Right.
to go around. And, well, if there's only a set amount of slices, it's not that way in the world. Actually, there's literally enough in the world for every single person to be wealthy if they acquired it.
Yeah. The
If
money's
they
out
acquired
there.
it, it's there. It's there. Everyone can win. Everyone can win. Let's win.
Exactly.
So anyway, moving forward, man, you're giving out this killer content. I'm like, yo, subscribe, boom, immediately. I travel a lot back and forth from DC to Baltimore. I'm here, I'm listening to you regularly, man.
Wow.
Checking out your videos. So not only was it that you were giving out this valuable content, but I saw something else in you, in that not only do you desire and must win and have success, but you're seeing the bigger picture in life, which is fulfillment and your need for service to help somebody else and feel great about that. Listen, there's a study in psychology. There's people from all these different cultures,
Right.
and these individuals that are being studied are depressed.
Okay.
So, the doctor says, I want you to do whatever you can and try to make yourself happy. So the people in the US, they went out, bought a bunch of stuff for themselves, went out, spent a bunch of cash on meaningless things. The people in other cultures went out and started doing things for other people. The people in the US did not get happy. The people in the other countries showed a boost.
I know this to be true. I know that that's a thing. And I've said, I don't know if I said this, I think I said it on a live stream or video or something like that. And I said, look, I've got goals and dreams that I want to attain. And the only way I'm going to reach them is to help you attain yours.
It's amazing.
That's it. And I get that. And I've gotten that for so long now. It's like, if I want to accomplish what it is that I want to accomplish, that means I got to help you, Josh. That means I've got to help Tom that's in there, Doug that's in here on the call. I've got to help these other folks and give this. But let me just tell you, it is a little bit, it goes deeper than that for me, because there's a longer game in this for me as well.
Okay.
From besides the mastermind groups or the videos or the YouTube or webinars. It's a much longer game that I have.
We're talking about a legacy, bud.
I've never really exposed this before, but I'm gonna do it right now. The long game that I have, the reason I want to train up all of these voice actors to go after high-end clients and things of that nature. And you can best believe I'm going after all these high-end clients as well. But the long game for me is to develop my audio production studio to become an ad agency where I'm dealing with these folks directly. And now that I've trained all these folks up, guess who gets the work from that? That's the long game in this. I've got to start off with, going back 2 years, giving away free information. I had this long game in my mind for years now. Give away free information. Let folks know I know what the heck I'm talking about. Get the testimonials out there from folks using the stuff that I've been giving out, so that other people will come in and come on board and get more involved in that. And I can develop these things on and on and on, and develop this tribe, as they like to call it. That's what they call it on the internet, a tribe. And so once ultimately I've trained up these people to do what it is that I've been successful at doing, I can then accomplish my next goal, my long goal, which is years away. I would say about 5 to 10 years away, to develop this ad agency that now I can work with these folks directly, and I'm the one actually giving and delivering the work that's out there. That's my end game.
Love it.
That's my end game.
Love it.
If anyone didn't know that, now you know.
My dude, I'm going to tell you, man, one thing I've noticed is that the bigger the goals get, the bigger your goals get,
right,
the less competition there is.
Well, here's the thing, the whole thing behind Succeed on Demand, and I would hope everyone would just share this out wherever you want to share this particular call that I'm doing with Josh today, because I think it's vitally important. I'm not shy at all in saying that what I'm offering is a premium service. I'm not shy about saying that. I know the talk that goes on out there about what it is that I do, the negativity and everything else, but the proof is in the pudding. And anyone that's a member of this group for Steps to Voiceover Success, you see the success stories and people putting up posts almost on a daily basis. Hey, I got this job. Thanks so much, Earl. I appreciate all your help. It's like, and I don't do that to brag or boast, but I've got to basically stand on the platform that the Almighty has given me to stand on. And if I don't stand in what I've been given, I can't give anything. I can't give it away. And so this is why I'm doing what I'm doing, because I legitimately want to see everyone win. That's period. That's the end of the story, is right there. That's and I mean, awesome. having people like you involved in the mastermind that's starting in a couple of weeks, and if anybody wants information on how to get in the mastermind, it's all over everywhere. So I'm sure you've seen the links or whatever. Did some changing up on the website today at stepstovoiceoversuccess.com. You probably want to go check it out. I kind of gave away some free stuff to everyone that's a member that maybe didn't have it before. So now you got it. So I'm just trying to do bigger and better things, because again, there is no way that I'm going to reach my goals if I don't help you reach yours, period.
Because us reaching our goals is a huge part of your goal, man. And
exactly.
That's why. It's awesome. It's amazing.
That is really it. I've invested the time. I mean, I've invested so much time. I look back.
That's clear to me.
Man, I've done all of this. I mean, over 300 YouTube videos in under a year.
It's insane, man.
It's crazy.
It's insane, man.
When I think back now, I forget what my numbers are on YouTube. I think it's like 3,500, approaching 3,500 subscribers. And I think back to literally this time last year, I had 500. Incredible. This time last year, I had 500 subscribers on YouTube, and all of my subscribers are pretty active. And you can see that just by the views on the videos that are out there. So, I mean, I'm humbled by all of that, but it's also a tremendous responsibility. But I've decided to just stand in what's been created for me and just walk in my calling.
That's it.
Do it.
I'm telling you, man, you know what? There was something within me that says that, after all these hints and clues and people being like, man, your music's awesome, or you have an awesome voice. After people saying that over and over again, I'd just be a fool not to accept it as my path. Exactly. Often, humbling experience for me. People around me kind of look to me, as a leader. Shoot, even when I was a kid, it's, hey, what do y'all want to, it's like, what are we doing tonight? Everybody looks at me. It's like, all right, let's go do this. It's like, it started off way back in the day. If I don't step into my role, I'm never going to feel fulfilled. I'm never going to be living my dream.
That's exactly, that is so true, because if you don't step into what's been given to you, no one else is going to be able to benefit. And our gifts aren't given to us for us. They're given to us for someone else.
That's it,
to be able to benefit from. And if you don't have that type of mentality where you're willing to give and willing to do, nothing good is going to happen in your life. It's just not.
That's it.
You've got to have that mentality of, I'm going to give until it hurts. And I can say this, I've given until it hurts. So, and I will continue to do that. One of the things that I'm going to be bringing back too is I'm going to be bringing back my weekly broadcast, but it's going to be exclusively here in this Facebook group. Those of you that are members of Steps to Voiceover Success Facebook group, what you need to do is make sure that you join the Steps to Voiceover Success page. There's a difference. Because even though I'll share it over in the group, I probably won't see your comments, but I see all the comments from folks that are watching it on the page. And so if you're watching this video right now, right up above, if you're watching it from the group page, from the group, just click on the link up right above it where it says Steps to Voiceover Success, and it'll take you to the page. And I want you to follow that page, because that's where a lot of content is going to be there. And that's where I'm going to be doing most of my broadcasting from once a week. And it'll always be scheduled. You'll be able to see it and set your little reminder like you did today, and be able to do that. And I want to have more of you folks to talk to. That's one of the things I want to do. I want to talk to you folks. So some of you that want to come on live with me, just like Josh is doing right now, shoot me an instant message, shoot me a note. Tell me what you want to talk about. We can talk about the issues you're having in voiceover and maybe get you some clarity on some things that you need to do. And so I'm going to be bringing that back. So this is the first broadcast that I've done like this, with a guest. So I'm thankful to have Josh here. He's one of the newest members of the Mastermind for Succeed on Demand, and you got to get some more info on that. Josh, what would you tell folks about Succeed on Demand from the stuff you've already gotten? I've already given you a bunch of crap.
You know what? Succeed on Demand is you got to be ready to swim in the deep end.
Yeah.
For real. You got to be ready to swim in the deep end. Look, talk about content. I've done over 1,000 jobs for one of my clients this year. They're not paying me a ton, but I put out a ton of content and I'm loving what I'm doing. I'm loving it.
Awesome.
So this is definitely for somebody who is got the chops, for somebody who's ready to take it to the next level, and they have to be ready to allow themselves to be happy and say that they're allowed to have good things and that they're allowed to succeed. And let's fly. Because you know what? If the dream doesn't quit, your heart will never quit. Yeah. And we'll be up and up, buddy. Feeling good.
Josh, I definitely appreciate you for being here. And oh, by the way, thanks so much for the rap. My kids were just tripping off of that. Crazy. They were tripping off of that. I was messing with my daughter. She wants to be, she's 12 right now. She wants to be YouTube famous. She thinks her dad's YouTube famous. I'm like, oh, I'm not YouTube famous. But I'm like, yeah, you can have people making raps for you, dude. So.
No doubt, man. Hey, look, I was just grateful that you would reach out to have me on the show, man. And I told you I came from a hip hop background. I figured I'd flip one for you, buddy. What, you want me to come out? You want me to exit with a flow real quick?
Go ahead, man. Do one of your what do you call it?
Acapellas, spoken word. Yes, sir.
Go for it.
Who am I? Who am I? I'm moving matter from the depths of the sky. I'm more than alive. I feel alive with a twinkle in eye. People propel themselves to panic and I just keep the focus because the purpose of the outcome is high. Not hocus pocus, nauseous and nervous. I'm pulling the curtains. Man, it's disturbing finding out the way we could treat a person. It's wild and strange the way we perceive the pain. Continue struggling and scrubbing it out with bleach, but you see it's too much a heavy stain. We're out, baby.
All right, man. You heard it right here. Flipping it right here on Steps to Voiceover Success. Man, Josh, thanks so much, man. I appreciate you, man. Love you to death. I'm looking forward to working much closer with you and getting this thing going.
I love it, Earl, dude. I'm stoked, man. Thank you so much, brother. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, man. Well, look, everyone, thanks for tuning into the show today. I'll be back next week. We'll see who the guest is going to be, and we'll go from there. We'll see you next time. Thanks a lot, guys. Grind and don't quit.
Yes, sir.